Hello and welcome to On the Record, a debate-style television talk show where Bahamians will find the balanced, true and open debate you've been looking for. A journey to a better way of life ends in tragedy for a boatload of Haitians in waters off of Abaco. The death toll is somewhere around 30, almost double the number of survivors. In the past decade or so, other islands like Exuma, Andros, and even New Providence have been the scene of similar horrific sights. Despite the warnings and continued repatriations, this crisis continues. Each year, our government, law enforcement, and Marines mount vigorous campaigns to capture and return Haitians who come here looking to escape the conditions at home. While the debate over illegal immigration can often lead to a bitter and oftentimes xenophobic action, when a tragedy like this occurs, it gives us a glimpse into just how dire this entire situation continues to be. Tonight, we look at this particular part of the illegal immigration problem. Our topic, our journey from desperation to death. It's all on the record. I'm your host, Jerome Sawyer. Our discussion begins on the other side of this break.
On the Record is brought to you by Alive, the nation's newest and best LTE network.
Good to be alive.
I'm Dr. Nigel Lewis. I'm the proprietor of Universal Dental. Well, I prefer the consistency that Alive brings to the table. I like the fact that you get a call, I get a call, whenever something seems to be going haywire. And when that starts to happen, I know that I'm going to get a phone call to say, hey, listen, we know that something is happening. It's going to be done in an hour. An hour later, we're up and running. Everybody knows that when the time comes, you need to have your friends be able to make contact with you. And I like the little jingle that comes on when they put you on hold. I know it sounds inconsequential, but you know, it's some of these little things that really would make a difference.
Hi, I'm here to tell you about the fastest way to purchase the vehicle you want right from home.
With SBT Japan, we import used cars from Japan straight to you.
Car ownership doesn't have to be hard. Go to sbtjapan.com and sign up for free. Search for the car you want, place your order, and make a payment using any one of our convenient payment options. Once you pay the duty and tax to our in-house broker, we will clear the vehicle and even deliver it straight to your home. Sounds too easy? Well, shouldn't it be?
Imagine a week-long journey on an open boat laden with people exposed to the elements, limited provisions, and the strong likelihood that this journey could end tragically. Yet, it is a risk that thousands of Haitians take each year, and every so often, the unthinkable occurs. Friday night, a boatload of Haitian immigrants hits a reef off of Man-O-War Key Abaco. The boat disintegrates in half. Everyone goes overboard. Early Saturday morning, a catamaran of tourists spots two bodies floating. A call for help goes out. Rescue teams from the Hopetown Fire and Rescue and the Bahamas Air Sea Rescue Association in Guana Key try to pluck the survivors out of the water, who by this time have been in for hours. They managed to save 17 people. But even the rescuers were in danger from menacing tiger sharks eating the dead. At first count, the death toll is at 28. But it was difficult to determine how many more may have been missing or dead.
Immigration and rescuers seem to differ on exactly how many people might have been on board when the boat left Haiti 7 days ago before it sank. Members of the Haitian community in the Bahamas looked on in shock and horror, hoping that something can be done to stem the tide of immigrants and the dangers they face out of desperation.
Because if you understand the situation in Haiti right now, a lot of these persons can't find whatever fees is being asked of them. Some of them are giving up land, they're giving up cattle, be it goat, whatever it is, to take these passage to come and seek a better way of life.
We need to stop calling them boat captains. We need to start referring to them as human traffickers. Those individuals need to be identified, they need to be charged, and they need to be prosecuted.
The problem stretches across borders. Haitians leave from the north coast of Haiti, journey through the Windward Passage into the Atlantic, and then here. There are no life vests or life-saving tools on board, and many passengers are unable to swim. Yet every year, thousands of Haitians continue to take the risk.
When they come here, I tell them there are three things. One, they will die at sea. Two, they will get caught. Or the third one, even they would land it, they still will be deported back in Haiti.
The difficult task of identifying the bodies has begun, as the recovery effort now moves to proper burial for the dead. The Haitian embassy has asked for their bodies in order to try and provide proper burial.
A journey from desperation to death is our topic tonight. Joining me for this portion of the show is Frank Racine, a member of the Haitian community in the Bahamas. Welcome to the show. Thank you for agreeing to come on and talk to us. I want to first of all talk about your story, how you came to be in the Bahamas. How long have you been here?
When I first came here, I first came to Nassau in 1998. And I was traveling in the plane. I traveled with a visa, and I was overstayed. To be honest, I was overstayed. So after 98, I have a company. I meet a company. They give me the job, and I work. Until now, I still working for this company.
You overstayed, but you were able to get a work permit?
After I traveled to Haiti, so I have one of my friends who used to work for this company. He tell me as a good worker, he talked to the boss, and the boss say he needs somebody. From there, they employ for me, and I get a work permit, and I come back to work.
You did it the right way, as should happen in any country. You come, you apply, and you are given status. But for hundreds, even thousands of Haitians, that's not the route that they take. Why is it that so many of your countrymen feel that they have to jump on a boat and risk their lives to come here?
First of all, Jerome, as the problem, the main reason, the cause, so many Haitians take a risk. They get the sloop, sometimes to reach in the state, sometimes they reach in Nassau. So most of the problem is because they can't get a Bahamian visa to visit, or some of them is the farmer. They work, they do something, so everything they get, they waste it because they can't sell them overseas to get some money.
So they're farming, but they can't sell them.
They can't sell them. The most problem is it come from there. They can't sell their stuff. They get no visa. It's hard. I believe if Nassau is Haiti and Nassau is the two friendly country, they could put together. They could fix the little problem. But I could say this is a little problem. That happened from 1773. The Haitian come from Haiti to travel to Nassau to come looking for better life. Till now, the Haitian is still coming. Till now, we still have a problem. I believe it's the best way to do it. Haitian government and the Bahamian government has to work together to fix the problem.
What was life like for you in Haiti? What made you decide to come and admittedly overstay and now make this your home?
Okay. Before I was a teacher.
In Haiti?
In Haiti. I was teaching for the past 13 years. At this time, some economic was bad because I only make like $350 a month.
$350
a month.
$350
a month. In Haitian money.
In Haitian money?
In Haitian money.
Wow.
That's only way I decided to say let me try to come here to make a better life, because one of my friends talking about job opportunity in Nassau. Let me make a stop in Nassau to see how I could change my lifestyle.
So you heard that things were better here. You said a friend told you.
Yeah, I heard that. My friend told me that.
Is that generally how it works? I mean, do Haitians hear that, you know, life is better in the Bahamas or life is better in the United States? Is that what they hear?
Yeah, they're talking about that life was better in the state and life was better in Nassau. That's why.
And that journey from most of it be from the north of Haiti, correct? Is that
most of them?
You get
northwest Haiti.
Northwest Haiti.
Yes.
How does it work? Do you know you say, hey, I want to get to the U.S. I want to come to the Bahamas, and you seek out a way to get here. How does it work?
It works like you get some Haitian to build the sloop. They build the sloop. Some of them sell the sloop for people who organize the trip. Sometimes they buy them sloop. Sometimes people thief the sloop. So when a couple people thief the sloop and they organize and they travel together. That's why it is hard to find the captain when they get caught.
So you have people though organizing the trip. They say, okay, we're going in 2 weeks to Nassau.
Yes. Some of them require money, like 2,000 Haitian money, 3,000 Haitian money. They ask people for.
So if you, I don't want to use you for an example, if you are making $350 Haitian dollars a month, you have to save a long time to be able to get that money to hitch a ride on a boat.
Yes, and it wasn't like that. And at this time, it was in 1998. It wasn't like that. You could catch a plane for less money.
Okay, but nowadays, if you're coming, it can cost you up to $2,000.
Yes.
So, but you still have, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's still a lot of money. Yeah, because the money, the U.S. money value more money now every day. Now, at the 1998, like it wasn't like that. Like you get like 25 and Haitian good for US dollar, and again now you get $180 good to $1 Haitian money.
180 Haitian good to one US dollar?
One US dollar.
Wow. Okay, so once these trips are organized, basically you leave your life behind, take what you could, and come on a boat.
Yes, people does it. So I wasn't do it because I choose the best way to do it.
Right. You were one of the fortunate ones, but you know, I'm sure people tell you about the journey.
Yes, because I'm educating my family about the journey. I tell them don't take no risk. Don't come here, don't risk their life to come in here and the boat because people dying and so many things happen for people. Don't risk their life to come in here like that.
But I have to ask you, once an illegal Haitian lands in the Bahamas, whether it's in Nassau, Abaco, or wherever, what happens? How do they survive? How do they get into the society?
When they land on like divide to like any island, some of them really get the family, the friend living in the island.
So they find a relative.
They find
or friend.
relative.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you use not my family, so you see me as a Haitian, brothers and sisters. So you can't let me down. So you have to help me to get out sometime. Sometimes when you see government crack down, government say, oh, if I get one Haitian illegal living with legal people, they will charge them. They will charge them and they will deport them. They will cancel their work permit or whatever they have.
So if you are caught harboring someone illegal, there are repercussions. You could, like you say, get your work permit cancelled, and you could go home as well.
Yes, because
but that's a risk they take.
That's a risk. That's why you get more education on a must do. Either is a Bahamian government or Asian government. They have to slow people down because there's too many people, too many life lost, too many. Just happened 28, more than 28 died. So it's too much. It's too much. One is too much. We lost 28, and not so much time that happened. Not only one time. I remember a couple of years ago that was happened.
When you, as a Haitian, when you watch the news or you read the paper and you see 28, 30, even this morning they're saying up to 65 could have died. How do you feel?
I feel bad. I feel bad about it. Everybody feels bad about it. Even Bahamian people feel bad about it. They're even talking about that because it's sad. They don't see the real reason the people risk their life and to come here. They don't see real reason. And I see some reason. To me, I see some reason. And to Bahamian people or Haitian people who live here, they don't see so much reason. Because I see some reason.
When you say you see it, well, how? Have you been back to visit? Do you go regularly?
I've been regular to Haiti. Every year I travel to Haiti. So I still get my brothers and sisters living in Haiti. I get my kids living in Haiti. I get my family living in Haiti. I still get them. I still talk to them on a daily basis. I talk to them. I encourage them. I tell them, don't take that risk. Don't come in the boat. If you want to come into Nassau, if you want to visit to Nassau, and try the good way, best way. Don't take the risk. Don't take no slope because it's very hard. Because so when you get catch, you might be die. You might when you get catch, you come in before the judge. You have to pay $300 before they send you back, and nothing happen. You must stay home. Try to make it your life better.
But then they look at you. You have come here, you've made a success for yourself. How do you tell them to stay when you are here living, working, you're at some level of success, but they are still there?
To my family, I always could talk to them, to my family. I can't take care of all my families. So I'm not supposed to take care of all my family too. So if I travel to Nassau, to Haiti now, I meet one of my brother. I give him like $20. I'm not calling that take care of my brother. I just give him $20. That can't take care of him all in his life. That can't take care of him. The problem is I talk to them. I talk to my family. So each of Haitian who live in Nassau could do the same thing I do. They could educate people, discourage them, stop coming here, stop risk their life.
I think we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion right here on The Record.
Matt, where in the world is Matt Lauer? Where in the world is Ellison Greenslade? And so these about the low value cost in Atlanta. So we can talk about it.
More on The Record tonight. The government's purchase of the Grand Lucaine is a hot subject in the news. We're going to
Bargain City Plaza, located Carmichael Road, City 2000, has everything you need. Visit Roca's gas station for the best gas specials on the island. Receive a free Tribune with every $10 gas purchase. Lil Giant Building Supplies and Hardware has the best prices on lumber, plumbing, sheetrock, shingles, and so much more. Need a place to stay? Hibiscus Inn is your home away from home with clean air-conditioned rooms, free Wi-Fi, and a great restaurant on site. Bargain City Plaza, we're here to serve you.
This portion of On the Record is brought to you by Generali Insurance Company Limited.
Tonight, the topic is a journey from desperation to death. We're looking at the recent tragedy involving some 30 Haitians who drowned when their boat hit a reef off Man-O-War Key in Abaco. My guest for this portion of the show is Frank Racine. Frank, before we went to the break, you alluded to the fact that one of the things that you would like to see happen is to have more Haitians here to educate their family members and friends to stop them from coming. But this is also a business. People are making money from this. And do you see that as being one of the reasons why boatloads of your countrymen and countrywomen continue to come?
No, you get a couple of reasons. The cost, I know it's a business. The people who make money of that, they will never stop. Only way they will stop if government, the Asian government, they crack them on them. Only way they could stop. They could slow down if they don't find nobody to travel with them. And they might stop if Haitian government, they crack down on them. Because they make money of that. Like I tell you before, if Haitian could get the Bahamian visa just to visit, or as a CARICOM member, so we travel without visa to Nassau, or they get between Nassau to Haiti, they get trade market. Like people could go to Haiti and buy stuff and come in to sell in Nassau. They could make life easy. People don't have to risk their life. Only reason, they have two reasons the cost they come in. The first one is an economic reason. Economic reason is a main reason. Economic reason is a main reason. They don't have no money. They work. They have mango, they have a good Haitian mango, they have a good Haitian plantain, good Haitian banana.
I've been to Haiti. I have seen the agricultural products in Haiti, and you are correct. I agree.
They have plenty food. Everywhere you go, is there plenty food. Everybody have food. They waste them people. They waste them everybody. You farmer, I farmer, he farmer, everybody farmer. So now when they have it, where they could sell them, you have to get a trade. You have a Haitian community in Nassau. It's big. Even if Bahamian don't want to use it, Haitian could use them. Open the trade market. Let the people travel, get a cargo, get a boat, buy the stuff in Haiti, and come sell them to Nassau. That's the best way you could slow them people. When they don't have, okay, I don't need no visa to come into Nassau. So Bahamian government make like all them security. So that means I don't tell them build the wall like from Inagua. So they could do something. They could do something. All they have to do, secure our border. Secure that. You could stop them. You secure that. I'm not sure they make them sleep. So why the sloop always passing through? Why? They always passing through. Secure our border. That's the main reason. Secure it.
Secure the borders of the Bahamas.
Yes, secure that. And secure that, and plus, give them opportunity to come in here to sell the stuff. They have plenty good stuff. They will send them. Why they don't open the trade? They have all the kind of agreements signed on the last couple government. They never put them in place.
Mm-hmm.
They never put them in place.
You came here looking for a better life. There are many who have done that. Do you miss home? And do you think Haitians would stay home if conditions were just a little better?
Everybody who came here to get a better life, when they get a better life, they miss home. They won't go back. You know why they don't go back? Only one reason they don't go back: security. Security is the main reason. I can't, if I get like $50,000, I won't invest my money in Haiti. If no security in Haiti, you think I won't lost all my $50,000 I work hard for? You think I won't lost that? I want security, I want government put in place security, and I could open my business, give others some work. They don't have to go out. They don't have to leave the country. I could hire a couple of people with my $50,000.
So one of the issues you're saying is that there's no security in your investment. You may have money and want to do things, but there's no guarantee.
No guarantee. And one day, 2 days, 7, watch online. Watch what's going on. People brand everything. People brand everything. You could get your business. You can't open your business. People brand them. You could invest your money like that.
People are burning down businesses.
Yes, burning them.
How much do the people of Haiti rely on individuals like yourself, others in the United States, or other people in the Haitian diaspora around the world to help them survive? I know that things like Western Union and money transfers are big because there's always money going back into Haiti. How reliant are the people of Haiti on the Haitian diaspora, people who live and work elsewhere like yourself? How much do they rely on you or people like you to survive?
Haitian people who live in Haiti rely a lot on the diaspora. They rely on us. Without us, no survive in Haiti. Because everywhere, we send a lot, we help them a lot. We help them to build the country. If you see somebody build a house, us. If you see money flooding, it's us. Education is us. Human healthcare is us. So they rely big on us. We help them. Without us, they can't do nothing. We help them. So we ain't get no big participation in any government in Haiti. We always pay $50 and each money transfer we do. The Asian government get $150 of that. Every call you make come from overseas, Haitian government get $1. You see that? You see how much money that is? Haiti get like over 10 million people living here. If you get over 10 million people living here, or like you get
living outside of the country.
Outside the country, like you get over 2 million living outside the country. So that everybody send money. Everybody can make a phone call every day. See how much money you get? You get Haitian government get and then diaspora. So that's why the Haitian people who live in Haiti, they rely big on us.
Do you think Bahamians fully understand how bad things are in Haiti? I mean, we talk about people risking their lives every day to come for a better way of life, but do you think we truly have an appreciation or understanding of how difficult life is?
I think some of them understand reason why. Some of them understand. Some of them gone online. They see what's going on. They see what happened. They see why Haitian leave Haiti and to come in to get a better life. Some of them understand. Some of them don't understand why. Because some of them say, oh, when Haitian came in, they came to take over. Some of them, they come in to take over. They come into better life. It's not only Haiti people leave and come into looking for better life, no. That happened in the world. That happened in the whole. That's why you get so much. You get Bahamian living overseas now. Bahamian living in the state now. Not only one state. They live in Florida. They live in New York. They live in Washington. They look. People looking. I'm looking for better life for my family. That's the only way I can. So since I can, I don't take over. I only try to get some work and try to help my family.
Do you feel that Haitians are discriminated against in the Bahamas?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Not at all?
Because they love us. They love us. They love us. Because
you think Bahamians love Haitians?
Yes.
Okay. Why you say that?
Because I've been living in for the past 20 years. I never have a problem with the Bahamian people. I never have a problem with Bahamian people. I never have a problem with any organization like immigration, like the police, defense force. I never have a problem with any individual. Because they love us. They love us.
But you're here legally.
Yes.
Your experience is different.
Even people who live in here illegal, they don't discriminate by Bahamian, because Bahamian is a loving people. I could tell you true. That comes from my heart. They're loving people. They is a loving people. If that was in Haiti, that didn't happen like that. That was in Haiti. There's so much thing will happen if that was in Haiti. People keep coming to that country like that, illegal, coming like every day with the boat like that. Sometime it happen. I'm telling you true.
What do you think, though, is needed? You mentioned that Haitians have been coming here from the 1700s. Haiti is known as that first colony to gain its own independence, as a slave colony that revolted and claimed its own independence from France. But since then, the country has not been able to stabilize itself year after year, decade after decade. Every time there is a new government, there is new hope, but that seems to dwindle very quickly. What is needed from your perspective to finally bring some stability to Haiti? And not just stability today, but long-term stability. What is really needed in that country?
Only way it will bring like a good government to Haiti if people put together, they work together as they do in 1804. Haitian army, they support the French army out. We was the slave. The black people in the world was the slave. This same slavery, the cost Haitian people tell now, because the people we been fight, we Haitian been fight and put them together. We pay so much $1 billion for that. Till now we still didn't get that money back. We could get that money back. We don't build that country. We still get that money. We still didn't get that money back. Haiti could stable. We have to put together. If we fight each other, we ain't never get that country back together. If we fight every day together, we burn, we broke everything, we fight together, we never get that country. We have to still stick together and work together and to build that country. That's the only way we could get that country back and stable. If we fight every day, if we burn everything government have, if we burn every resource we ain't gonna never get nothing. That's the only way I see that.
Final question to you, and this goes back to something that you said very early on in the show, and I think it's so important. The need for Haitians here and elsewhere to send the message to stop risking your lives. How important is that to you? How important is that message that you need to get to your fellow Haitians here and elsewhere in the world?
To me, it is very important. To me, it's very important. I think to other people is very important too, to other people. Because I'm on a group, I'm on a WhatsApp group, I'm on a Facebook group. I always encourage them. I always send a message. You have to educate people. You have to educate them. Everywhere government must spend more money in education. Education is a must. Not like send people, give them scholarship to go to school to go to learn how to write, how to read. Not that. You have to spend some money in media to educate people. Tell them what to do. Tell them the best way to live in this society. That you have to educate people. To me, I really do my part. I know other people really do their own part to stop them people, stop coming like how they come in. They risk their life to stop them. I want to slow them people. And the most thing I want to happen, like Bahamian government and Haitian government must work together to solve that problem. That problem been too long. They could solve that. I tell you early, they could solve that problem. Mr. Trump won't solve the problem by build the wall.
Yeah, we won't take Trump's example.
Okay.
Not at all.
Now we could stop it by secure a border.
Mm-hmm.
We could stop. We could slow it down. We could stop it when you get trade market. Like let them open the market. Let them people come. You don't have to let the Haitian sloop come in like Haitian sloop come in every day. You could get sailboat. You could get the plane, cargo, come and go to Haiti.
Proper transport.
Yeah.
Frank, Racine, first of all, I want to thank you for agreeing to come on and talk to us. I applaud you for being an example for many in the community, for doing it the right way and continuing to look after your family and to encourage them in Haiti and encourage others. I hope that your time here will serve to encourage others to do as you have done. So thank you. Best of luck to you. Appreciate you coming by and talking to us today. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Jerome.
Thank you very much. When we come back, we're going to talk to the Minister of State for Legal Affairs about what, if anything new, is being done to address this crisis. Our show continues right after this break.
Hi, my name is Mandisa. I'm an entertainer, singer, model, MUA. My experience with Alive has been very memorable to me. It has been something that I can trust on. It has been something that I can always depend on and count on at all times. I am what they call a corporate. I have the postpaid, and that's, I pay monthly and it's unlimited. Personally, Alive has helped me because anytime that I've needed to reach out to anyone, even helping a friend, someone who may not have minutes or their plan probably was up or anything, that I was always able to help. Business-wise, I've always kept in contact with anyone I need to professionally.
Hi, I'm here to tell you about the fastest way to purchase the vehicle you want right from home.
With SBT Japan, we import used cars from Japan straight to you.
Car ownership doesn't have to be hard. Go to sbtjapan.com and sign up for free. Search for the car you want, place your order, and make a payment using any one of our convenient payment options. Once you pay the duty and tax to our in-house broker, we will clear the vehicle and even deliver it straight to your home. Sounds too easy? Well, shouldn't it be?
Haitians have been a part of the fabric of the Bahamian society from as far back as history can recall. Many of the surnames, institutions, and in some instances, culture of the Bahamas today have their ancestral roots in neighboring Haiti. Yet each year, government after government is challenged in how to stem the tide of illegal immigrants desperate to escape their country. Tonight, we're looking at how a tragedy like the Abaco drownings can affect immigration policy and even how we can approach the problem. Our topic, a journey from desperation to death. My guest is the Honorable Ellsworth Johnson, MP for Yamakra and Minister of State for Legal Affairs. Welcome back, sir. Good to have you on the show again.
Thank you very much, sir. And let me say what a delight it is to be here.
So we decided to do this show because of the magnitude of the tragedy in Haiti. It's a story personally that I have been following all of my journalism career. The links between Haiti and the Bahamas and how things in that country affect us, from their economic and political troubles right down to their social problems, and how they are interwoven into our society. When something like this happens, when you have in excess of 30 people, I mean, a report this morning in the paper said it could be as many as 65. When you have something like this that happens, where there are mass drownings and the focus changes a bit, how does that affect the work of government now in looking at this issue? It is a systemic issue that we are faced with every day. But when something like this happens now, is that a game changer? Do you now feel a little sense of urgency to try and do something different, or try and do something to get a grip on this problem?
First, let me first express on behalf of our Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, the government and people of the Bahamas, our most profound sympathies, and we express condolences to the Republic of Haiti, the people of Haiti, the families that are here in the Bahamas, both Bahamian and Haitians, and the friends of those who pass. And also to identify something, because you spoke to the historical, sociological, and economic underpinning of a situation that has been here for quite some time, over 100 years. To recognize, now that we're celebrating this month, the Black History Month, to recognize the profound contribution made by the Republic of Haiti and the people of Haiti in setting the tone, both social, economic, and human, for this diaspora through the Haitian Revolution. And the revolution continues, because I think it is now, in the proper sense, payback time. How do we assist our brothers and sisters, having regard to what they have contributed to the life of persons, not just in the Bahamas, but for people of color throughout the world. And so it has been a situation that we have been dealing with, both the Haitian government, but it's rather unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate that it takes an event of this magnitude, and I know, as you said, you've been dealing with for a number of years, for it to be brought on the world stage. Because it was interesting to see, when I watched the international news, you saw it come about again. But over the years, we've known that there's been some degree of instability. There's been the earthquake. There's been outbreaks. But you see a people still trying, still having that resolve and that strength to make it. And as a result, you see we have persons coming to our shores, not just here, but moving out to try and make a better way of life. And so, but I would like to say that not just the present government, both past, having regard to the smallness, if that is the correct word, of this country, just 400,000 people have tried its best to facilitate our brothers and sisters as they try to make a better way of life. But you're a man of history, and I must be very careful in what I say. And you would understand that the situation in which Haiti finds herself, such a giant of a country, she defeated the French, the Dutch, the Spanish, in a valiant effort that in more than one ways, our beloved Haiti may still be paying for that. And so we have an obligation as a diaspora to see how best we can organize ourselves to try and right the ship, to assist them.
My previous guest revealed how he came to live in the Bahamas. He came on a visa.
Yes.
He admitted that he overstayed his time, but eventually would have applied for and received a work permit 21 years ago.
Yes.
In the aftermath of this tragedy, a call has gone out to Haitians to, if you want to come to the Bahamas, do it the right way. Is that a practical thing? Can that continue to happen given the economic state of the country? I mean, when you consider, okay, I've got to buy a plane ticket, get a visa, come here, as opposed to, let me take a risk on a boat, come in and see how that works.
We live in a world, or in a country, that is built on the rule of law. And so if someone says there are legal structures for immigrating to the Bahamas or leaving the Bahamas, and I always try to take these kinds of discussion above places of origin, religion, sex, or creed. It applies to all. And so, having regard to what we've seen, and I said before the show, I was once bar president. No, once bar president, but president of the Bahamas Human Rights Network. And we did a number of ventures to try and look at this situation. And one of the things we identified is the treachery that can be associated with a trip. The cost. Not everybody who's trying to assist clothed with the spirit. So they're taking people's monies. There are deaths, unfortunately, that have occurred. There are pictures where, unfortunately, you would see where sharks would have fed on bodies. These are some of the realities. And so in saying to someone, if you want to travel, perhaps the best way to do it is the agreed upon way, I think is one of the best advice that you can give to someone. But we must also say that in the context as we're trying our best to assist a situation that is dire. Yes.
What is the policy relative to someone who presents themselves, a Haitian, who presents themselves to an immigration officer seeking to visit the Bahamas on a visa? Are they readily accepted in? Is there a process? If I'm a Haitian in Haiti and I want to come here, what's the process?
There can only be one process, and that is the legal process. We know, and that applies to all.
You apply for a visa in Haiti?
You would apply, and obviously this is a matter that the Minister of Immigration is best suited to deal with. But you would apply for the visa. The Immigration Act fully delineates what are the criterions. If it is determined that you're a fit and proper person, you have the ability to take care of yourself. You don't become a ward of the state. That you intend, depending on the nature of the visa, to return to your country of origin. You may be granted a visa.
And even in the, again, this is, you alluded to that this falls under the purview of the Minister of Immigration, but, and there is a legal process for you to obtain a work permit or residency or however it works. There is a process in place to deal with that, but you would hear a lot of people, not just Asians, but people in general complain about that process and how adequate it may be and how long it is and how drawn out it is. And I know government is, I want to talk about what government is doing to try and bring some order and reform to that process.
Very shortly, I'm quite, well, you've heard the Prime Minister speak oftentimes about smart government. How do we digitize the process? How does the digitization of the process brings a level of fluidity and transparency to the process? And I think the Minister of Immigration would have made mention of certain circumstances where someone would have applied 10 years ago, but someone just applied this morning. And so the government is, in terms of making, and this is a way how we do business because there are fees attached to it, digitizing the entire process so that when you make an application, that goes into a system. You pay, very shortly you will see us, the minute the Deputy Prime Minister spoke to a cashless system where you pay your funds in, there will be no more complaints. But I've paid someone and the receipt may have gone missing. And so that is the way, the conventional way to deal with this process so that when X, Ellsworth Johnson, applies for a work permit, it goes into a system, someone can check it, there can be verifications. And so that's how we intend to deal with it, while at the same time trying our very best to educate persons, just like to travel, that this is the best way that you make your application to the Immigration Department for a work permit or for a visa. There's also an ongoing educational process for trafficking in persons. That if you do get a work permit, that someone should not hold that work permit to your disadvantage.
Hold it over your head.
That's right. So you enter into that work arrangement. Your consideration is your labor in a humane way, and their consideration or the employer's consideration to you is to pay you for your labor, and so that you're not made a slave in the process.
Interesting. So I want to explore that a little bit more because in this discussion, there are two sides. I mean, there is the side of the desperation and people coming here looking for a better way of life, but I think the discussion that we're attempting to have on this side is seeking to bring some order to this whole issue of immigration. So you're watching On the Record. Our final segment is right after this break. Hello and welcome to On the Record, and the balanced, true, and open debate you've been looking for.
Every time I'm in the Bahamas, I use Rev Go Play.
That food. It's packing. Here you come.
Yo.
Wait, Omar coming?
Boy, this Rev Go Play, solid.
Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to On the Record. A journey from desperation to death is our topic tonight. The Honorable Ellsworth Johnson, Minister of State for Legal Affairs, is my guest. Sir, this creates, I would think, for government, a legal quandary. On one side, you have a human rights issue. You have a people who are seeking a better way of life, who risk everything, their own lives, leaving behind family and everything, to come here. But the law speaks to illegal immigration. When you sit to govern now, how do you balance the two? Because there, as you admitted earlier, there is a need for us as a country to try and help, to try and do something. But then it shows up on your doorstep.
Yes. I think it's both simple and complex. We have a constitution that guides us and should guide us in the application of the law. Fundamental to the Constitution, after it speaks to the rights of citizenship or whatever have you, it speaks to the fundamental right of the individual. The individual. The individual is not given a label. The only label that individual would have is that of being a human being. The treatment of any human being is supposed to be with the utmost dignity and integrity befitting of any human being. And so someone coming to the Bahamas, whether they're legal or not legal, there's a common denominator, or that a way that you should look at them and the way that you should treat them. Obviously, in governing a country, we have a budget. The budget is determined by the level of tax, or how do we collect revenue to take care of the persons in the Bahamas. Some of that is reserved, obviously, for people who come, and that's why you have immigration laws, so you could determine who come and who go. And as I said earlier, sometimes you determine, well, if you're going to get a visa to come, I'm going to ensure that you have the ability to take care of yourself. But most certainly, having regard to how our Constitution is set up, you cannot turn a blind eye to someone that comes to your shore. And so that's why we've signed on to a number of international conventions for persons who are political refugees, persons who are economic refugees, that when they come to the Bahamas, as in this situation, you have to treat them with the level of integrity and respect that you would want, that the law requires. And that if a Bahamian finds themselves in the same condition, you would treat them that way. That if an American or if an Italian finds himself in the self-same position in the Bahamas, there's no distinction in the way that you treat them. And so the law is clear, and it's for the government of the day to apply the law as it ought to be.
But there is always the complaint, and there are always the allegations, and sometimes even clear evidence that Asians are treated differently.
You know, as I told you before, I live on Carpenter Road. And there may be times when that does occur. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But as I told you, there was a time when I was labeled as xenophobic. And the way how I look at things the way the law applies. Because I say to you, no matter your origin, your sex, or your creed, there's a way that you must immigrate. That has nothing to do with my like or dislike for you. If I say to you, there's a way that the law requires that you should build, that has absolutely nothing to do. And I think sometimes, or if I say to you, there's a way that you should dispose of your refuge, I would say that to a Bahamian. You have Mr. Minister Ramon Ferrero going around saying to young people, saying to the older persons, this is how we have to keep our environment. That's absolutely nothing to do. Sometimes some of those things are identified as that I like you, I don't like you. But to the extent that that occurs, we have to deal with it. And we have to develop programs as to how we deal with it. And it was not by happenstance that I recognized at the beginning of this program Black History Month, and that I spoke to CLR James wrote a very beautiful book, excellent read, The Black Jacobins. You should have a read of it, that speak to the intestinal fortitude of a people when they were being lynched, drawn and quartered, disemboweled, that they stood up for their rights, and it assisted all of us, right? And so that is why I say that so a part of the education is to say who these people are, to tell of the history of this country, and what may be the external factors for people that are rich in culture that may be causing a certain situation as exists, but most certainly when they come to the Bahamas. And that's why we have courts. That's why we are encouraging civil society. That's why we have the media, one of the most powerful institutions, fourth arm of government, to look at these things and assist in the education of the community so that we could get it right.
One of the things my previous guest talked about was the ability, or was the need, he said, for the Haitian and the Bahamian government to work together a little bit more. One of two areas he talked about. One, to educate Haitians to stop this perilous journey that they continue to
and
take.
Bahamians.
And Bahamians.
And other persons who make monies from it.
Who are involved in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he spoke to, we spoke to the business of it too,
Yes.
which I think is an even greater travesty.
Yes.
And also, he talked about, the need to develop some kind of trade so that the people of Haiti are able, or the people of the Bahamas or elsewhere, able to benefit from the rich agricultural products that they produce. Again, from a governmental perspective, sitting around the cabinet table, are there any plans to, what is for the average Bahamian, what is the level of discourse between the two countries in these respects in terms of educating and then doing more? I don't want to sit here and say that we don't do. As a country, I think we do more than any other country. We can say that, without fear of contradiction. But is there anything down the road to try and do more? Particularly, we got to protect ourselves at the end of it. What can we do to help to stop this, to stem this tide?
It's a matter that I would prefer that the Prime Minister to speak to. But I would, as you indicated, we're a sovereign country, 400,000 people. There's only so much that we can do. But even a blind man can see that we have done a lot. We've opened up the schools, that if you come, you can go to the schools. Even for persons who come and are not contributing to the economic environs of the Bahamas, your child can go to a school that is paid for by not just Bahamians, but taxpayers. Healthcare, it's bursting at the seams. You hear Dr. Sands saying to Bahamians, you may have to pay more. Nobody's turned away. The social welfare system, we try our best. Mr. Franklin, sorry for saying that, Mr. Campbell, Minister Campbell is now in charge of that. I think you'd hardly ever hear of anybody being turned away. Do we have the resources? You hear us having the budgetary discussions. We've just debated the motion on the Fiscal Responsibility Act. How do we account for every last dime to the Bahamian people? I think at some point, as the good book says, there's only so much that a small country like the Bahamas can do. But we have to continue to be empathetic, humane. We can't say that we cannot do that. That's something we cannot say. So in the circumstances which you're seeing this happening now, especially with what has occurred, you saw the volunteer groups in Abaco. You saw private boat owners out on the sea trying to rescue persons. As a matter of fact, they were the first out there.
They were the first on, yeah. They were the rescue folks out there.
To rescue them. The defense force, the police force, we flew a coroner in. There was close, respectful interaction with the Haitian foreign minister in Haiti, the Haitian government, and the local Haitian representatives in this matter. And so with the greatest care, the greatest courtesy, the greatest respect, and being humans as we are, we're trying our best how we could deal with this matter. I'm not the Minister of Foreign Affairs. He sends his regards, and he would have loved to have been here today. But he's in Abaco, personally dealing with this matter. We have a country that we have to preserve, but while doing that, we're trying our best to recognize our international obligations to see how best we can assist the country that's assisted in building this country.
We've got to wrap up, but very quickly before I go, and my producer's telling me I got to go. Something the previous guest said that I want you to speak to very quickly. I asked him whether he felt discriminated against, and he said no, never in his 21 years. And he said, Bahamians are loving people, and they love Asians. Is that the experience? Because sometimes from where I sit, I see it differently.
Okay. Oh, I should let me say this. That might have been his experience. I always say in Parliament, I speak to what the anthropologists and the psychologists say about people of our pigmentation. They agree that we were the first. Everybody migrated because we are the products of migration, right? And he might not have experienced that, but I'm quite certain that if you go throughout the Bahamas, your pigmentation might cause you some dissatisfaction where you go, because persons might see you in a different light. I told you before that I grew up on Carpenter Road. I've been the president of the Bahamas Human Rights Network. And on some occasions I have to correct persons, whether it be right or is a cultural saying when someone says this is my Haitian, you don't own anybody. We have been successful in trafficking cases. And so I cannot say that that hasn't occurred because I've been personally involved and I've seen it happen before. I remember one day someone took a picture of my house and they took a picture of Miss Mary's house and they said something that I did not like. And so I had to say to them, I've known this lady from I was a boy. I played with her son, John. She's been regularized. But more than that, when I say Miss Mary, I see her as a mother because she had to take care of me. And the comments that you're making, they're disparaging, they're condescending, and they're disrespectful. And I will not tolerate it. I even refer to that person as a coward. I think having regard to... So that's all I'd say about that. Thanks.
That brings us to the end of the show, but I wanted to say along those lines that I applaud individuals like yourself who stand up and call out that kind of behavior when it happens. Yes. Whether it's against the Haitian or Jamaican or anyone, any human being. I applaud when we stand up and We call people out and we take a stand. We need more of that. And I appreciate that. Sir, I want to thank you for coming on the show and talking with us today and bringing some really bringing some insight to this from the government's perspective. I think a lot of times we don't realize how daunting the task is. And so we appreciate you coming in and sharing with us. Thank you so very much. Also, regards, I know you had to take some time from Cabinet to come, so please tell the Prime Minister thank you for coming, allowing you to come. I appreciate that. We hope that you have enjoyed our show tonight. Special thanks to our guests, Ellsworth Johnson and Frank Racine, my producer and technical staff. Once again, I'm your host, Jerome Sawyer. We'll see you next time. Thank you.